So when I came to Hoboken Grace 4 years ago, I actually started in the kids' room and quickly moved to be a dinner group leader for the women's groups. Now I actually help the dinner group team behind the scenes with all of their communications. God has just been completely transformative in my life. I am not somebody who had the journey of sticking with God my whole life. I've had 2 different incidences where other people and other circumstances shoved me away from God and made me feel isolated. Lost faith, lost hope, lost sense of purpose. So I'm somebody who, once I was back into the faith, I knew that I needed to dive deep with community in order to stay committed and accountable. So the transformative message of God has been just that. It's been transformative. I can't picture my life without this church, without these people who share the same belief as me, and I couldn't imagine my life not walking alongside of Jesus. Making a home commitment was actually really hard for me. I didn't realize how much of an idol finances were in my life. And I am a single woman in my 30s. I own my own company. And so all the finances in my life are mine. And I tend to live with that New York City scarcity mentality, even though I didn't realize I was living with it. It wasn't until Chris got on stage and said that tithing equals 10%. I had never heard that. And said, oh shoot, I am not giving to God what God has asked. And so when the home commitment came around, I thought, okay, I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna look at what I make and I'll back it out. I'll back out that 10% because that would be a substantial increase from what I was giving. Then the pandemic hit. And I own my own business and I have people on a payroll, and I was terrified that I was gonna lose all of my business overnight. And so I'm not gonna lie, I stopped giving. I was like, I can't do this right now. I'm gonna pull it back and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I feel safe with my finances in order to give. And now looking back, I kind of laugh at myself because there is no safe. That was me living in this world for a minute and being panicked. And I think a lot of us were there, and it's a struggle I still face. And when I finally came back after the 6 months away, it became abundantly clear to me that God was like, what are you doing? And right in October, I gave a big portion of my giving that I had held out from the summer. And God has twofolded it in a different way coming into the new year. And it just reminded me, like, I am not in control. I am not in control of my finances. I am not in control of this moment. God is always in control of it, and I should definitely not trust my own instincts. I need to trust His. And He has never steered me wrong. And now with this finance, it's kind of been that idol that I continue to fight. But it's been a lot easier to have those conversations and that dialogue with God and with other people and talk about the things that I'm scared of in order to continue to give and keep up with my commitment. Since I've done the commitment, I can tell you that I look at my finances completely differently. And it just keeps encouraging me that I can keep going and I can give a little bigger each time. And so what was interesting is that I put down a number that felt really big for me, and I've almost hit my 2-year commitment within the first year. And if you had told me that that was gonna be my story, I would have laughed at you, because I was going from giving $2 amounts to about $4 amounts. And it has been the most freeing and rewarding experience I've had in trying to define what is home for me and where is home for me as well. And so the home commitment for me is investing in making this a home for the next person. God has made it really easy for me to understand that my move is to go to Texas and to help a new church that's just like Hoboken Grace. And it was just that click that I needed to know that that's where I was supposed to be. And I don't worry about giving freely to this. I don't worry about continuing my home commitment, to be honest, even when I'm in Texas, because this has been my home for 4 years and it will be someone else's home for the next 40.